If you wanted to know the difference between an inkjet printer and a LaserJet printer, stay tuned because today that's what we're going to be talking about. Hey YouTube, what is going on? Brandon here with another printer video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the differences between an inkjet and a LaserJet printer. You may be deciding on which printer to buy, and this video will just give you some general guidance on what the differences are and potentially help you decide which type of printer will fit your needs. But really quick, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Anything printer related as far as printer repair, printer reviews, ink installation, and a variety of other topics related to printers is what you're gonna find on this channel. If this video ends up being helpful, please make sure to like the video. And if you have any questions at all or any commentary or even anything that you feel that I may have missed in the video, please make sure to comment below. Also, this video is sponsored by the Best Printers Cleaning Kit. If you have an inkjet printer that is not printing a certain color, you're printing blank pages, or you have an overall and general print quality issue, this product is gonna help you solve that problem, get back to printing normally again, and save you potentially hundreds of dollars. There are a wide variety of videos on my channel showing you how to use this cleaning kit on a variety of different printer models. So you can go to my channel page by clicking my channel page icon below, going to the search bar, searching up your printer model, and then finding the instructional video for your specific printer model. There will be a link in the description below of this video for this product as well. So you can just pause the video, go down, click the link, get the product, and then come back to this video and continue watching. This is a very highly rated product on Amazon, and I really look forward to this product helping you with your printer repair. Of course, this is my product, so you purchasing the product does help me, it does help the channel, so it is always greatly appreciated. Also, since we're talking about inkjet versus LaserJet, I am gonna be leaving options for each of those types of printers down in the description below. If you want to check that out at any point during this video, feel free to go down there. So check the link below for those two different options. All right, so what are the main differences between a LaserJet printer and an inkjet printer? Well, we can start off with the inkjet printers. I have a lot of experience with inkjet printers. These are the smaller at-home type of printers that print photos, print color. They also print black. However, you have a wide variety of different options. You have a lot more features when it comes to potentially doing something like crafts. You can also do label printing. You can do printing on CDs with certain inkjet models. And an inkjet printer uses liquid ink, which can be very expensive at certain points. However, there are many options for remanufactured ink now on the market. Many times inkjet printers are sold at a loss, so you'll be able to find them at lower prices. And also there's a lot of different options. There's a lot of different price ranges within the inkjet printers that go much lower than you would have with a LaserJet printer. Currently what I am using is an HP OfficeJet 9000 model, and that is an inkjet printer. So I'll leave a link below for the printer that I have currently. But then you have the LaserJet printers. Now these printers I would consider more of an office work setting type of printer, although many people do have them in their home for various different reasons. They may work from home and that may fulfill their needs, and mainly the differences with the ink system is that you're using a powder toner versus a liquid ink with the LaserJet printer models. And although some models do print color, the majority of these LaserJet printer models do mainly print monochrome or black and white, black and gray. This could be very cost effective if you're printing off a lot of different pages, because with an inkjet printer, if you do a lot of different documents all in one go, it usually drains all the ink. Whereas with a laser printer, you're able to get a lot more pages with the toner powder that you install on the LaserJet printer. Another aspect of a LaserJet printer is they usually are not used for printing photos. So if you wanted to do some type of project where you were gonna have to print a photo on photo paper, that usually wouldn't work out with the LaserJet printer. That would mainly be with an inkjet printer that you would want to use for printing photos. So LaserJet printers themselves are usually pretty big and bulky, although they do come in some small sizes as well. But from my experience, they are larger machines. They are going to be more expensive machines up front, but potentially you could save some money on the toner. Now, I don't want to talk about ink prices being so high or toner prices being so high, because If you go on Amazon and type in your printer model's ink or toner and then type in remanufactured after that, there are a lot of different third-party options for you to get cheaper ink and toner. However, you want to be careful with certain printer models that are kind of getting restrictive with that, with the chips. And so just do your own research, and you can really determine whether that really is a fit for you or not. I will leave a link below where you can search for remanufactured ink for either a LaserJet printer or an inkjet printer. Alright, so those are a lot of the differences between an inkjet printer and a LaserJet printer. Those are the notable differences. Each one of these printers are usually going to be able to, given the different models, do double-sided printing, maybe not. They're going to have a glass scanner, they're going to have a top ADF automatic document feeder. Many of them are going to have similar power adapter, USB connections, but those are the most notable differences. Is that if I could boil it down to one thing, is the LaserJet printer is if you're printing a lot of different documents, a monochrome document that doesn't have much color or no color at all, or it doesn't matter if it's color or not, if it comes out black and white, that's perfect. A LaserJet printer would do great with that, although there are some color LaserJet printers, so that's not completely all it's for. You could go both ways with that. However, even with the color, you're going to get a lot more page volume than you would with an inkjet printer. An inkjet printer is going to be a little bit more limited and a little bit more costly to use up that ink if you're printing just pages. Now, if you're printing photos and you're printing a lot of different color, you probably would want to go with an inkjet printer. Also, the usage. If you're doing a lot of usage, you probably would want to go with the LaserJet. Although there are some inkjets that can really accommodate, 1,000 pages per month. There's also the cost that is involved with, a lot lower prices with an inkjet, and then you got higher prices initially, of course, with a LaserJet. You are gonna have to look into your ink options. That is one thing you really want to consider when you're purchasing either one of these printers. Now, another big notable difference that I will throw in here because it is my expertise is the print head on either one of these models. Now, on the LaserJet printer, you actually don't have a print head. You have a rolling system along with the powder and the toner that enables the printer to print on the page. So all the print head is the ability for the printer to get the ink onto the page. And with an inkjet printer, you have usually a carriage printer that moves back and forth, and where the ink system, either cartridges or connections, push ink through that print head, and that is able to print on the paper. Whereas a LaserJet printer, for the most part, is a rolling system where the desired printing pattern or wording is on a roller, and then it's coming out, and then there's a heat system that is used. So if you ever notice with a LaserJet printer, your paper, when it first comes out is a lot warmer because there's heat along with the rolling system, and that is what is able to print on the paper. Going back to the inkjet, it doesn't have any heat, it doesn't have any rollers, it's just a print head carriage that goes back and forth that prints directly onto the paper. Now, there is maintenance that is required for each one of these that you're really going to want to pay attention to as well. However, they both have potential flaws, and I would say they're pretty much equal in their flaws when it comes to, a lot of usage over time. Each one of them is going to have, some type of problem, and I mention that only because I have dealt with a lot of used printers early on in my career, and I have really seen, a wide variety of different problems with printers, and that is how I came up with the Best Printers Cleaning Kit. Is that a lot of times these print heads on the inkjet systems, they get clogged and they require manual cleaning. Of course, there's the print head cleaning function inside the printer system itself, but when that fails, you will have to use the Best Printers Cleaning Kit. Previous to me selling this kit, or previous to anyone selling this kit, you probably would give the printer away because it's not printing anymore, it's not working, and you would have to spend a lot more money on a new printer. And that's really not what you want to do. You always want to try to fix your printer if it's within reason. And unfortunately, there really isn't a big market for printer repair. Usually it's very costly and it really doesn't make sense to do it. So what really makes sense is to fix it yourself. So I just throw this in here just to give you a little bonus and a little bit of my insight when it comes to the repair side of even a new printer that you're purchasing. A lot of times it's good to consider some of the different issues that you may have going on into the future. So I would say they're about equal with the inkjet printers and the LaserJet printers, so I wouldn't really want to differentiate there too much. Alright, so I'm going to give you two different options for a LaserJet printer and an inkjet printer. For the inkjet printer, I'm going to give you the printer that I currently own. I really love this printer, and that's the HP OfficeJet Pro Premier 9000 model. And when you go to this link, this is a Premier version. I decided to get this. It has a silver wrap around it, and I really like that about it, but you can probably look at some comparable options on that same page. The HP OfficeJet Pro 9000 model, so that's a 9030. It could be 9020. Either one of those is going to be great. I really do love this printer, and it has done really well, and I do a pretty large volume of printing. Color, you know, monochrome, you know, all my printing needs. I print on labels. I do a lot of printing, and this takes care of everything. And then I'm going to give you a LaserJet printer option, and it's also going to be HP, so it's pretty comparable. And the LaserJet option I'm going to give you is the HP Color LaserJet Pro M182NW. So these are two great options. Both of these, what I really like about them is you can use the HP app, so there's a lot of functionality there. And with this LaserJet printer, you're able to print color. Now you can go in and you can compare these two different printers, opening up those two tabs that I gave you from the links. And you can kind of compare on your own and decide, and also look at the ink price and kind of do a comparison. And you can do the same comparison with any LaserJet or inkjet printer. But you do want to know that there are differences with those two different printers, so that you know what really is going to fit your needs. Probably on a monthly basis is what you're going to want to think in terms of. Alright, so I really hope that this video was helpful. If it was, again, please make sure to like the video. Any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure to comment below. Again, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And remember all of the product links that are in the description below. That's really all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.